Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's is having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or your part of the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another Twitch live stream episode from Bose 831 Gaming, playing Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition, and we're on the Alma, Missouri map. And once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And without much further ado, let's just get right into it. As I indicated at the close of the last episode, we're going to continue working contracts as we work towards our goal of getting $1 million balance, and then we're going to work on buying a couple of the other properties on the map. And let me once again give you a heads up on that. We want to get this. Let's go to the farmland view here. We want to get this property here that contains the pig farm, and we want to also purchase this property here, property 35, that contains another cow farm. And this cow farm already has cows on it. So that's the goal we're working our way towards right now. All right, let's get back off of farmland, and let's hop back over here to the farm. As you can see, our current account balance hasn't moved a whole lot from where it was at the end of close of the last episode. We're at $674,678 right now, but we have been doing a lot of things off camera. As you can see, we've purchased a fertilizer spreader. If we go over here to my other facility, we've also we had the roller before. We have this last episode. I'm not sure. I have to go back and check the tape, but we also have the front windrower device, which is a mod you can find on the mod hub, in-game mod hub. Because remember, everything that I use in this series is all equipment that could be found in the mod hub. We purchased a new mowing configuration here. We have these two pieces here. I have to go to the other screen here to give you specifically the make and model and all of that good stuff. So let's roll over to there real quick over, and we go on our mowers. And we got the Vicon Extra 7100T and the Vicon Extra 732FT. So we traded in our other equipment and purchased some new equipment. So some of the money I have been making offline, we did spend a little bit of it early, but this is in order to work contracts a little bit more efficiently, because this mower set has a wingspan of 10.2 meters overall. So that's why we went ahead and traded the other mower in, just to give us a little wider wingspan when we're mowing, for doing mowing contracts or working grass fields on our property. And between episodes, while I was working those things and I was looking at some information online, I also ran across something that I wanted to look at actually earlier today. So let me go to my mods and DLCs, because one mod that I do have installed that can be very useful for doing some of this mowing stuff, but you have to use equipment from that particular pack, and that's this Ultimate Mowing and Baling Pack mod. And actually, some of the equipment that I have is part of that pack, but what I may end up doing is trading the versions that I have in, so that we could use the versions from this pack, so that we can with this equipment and this mod, you could actually, because this equipment has different hitch setups and different configurations that you could utilize that the standard equipment doesn't necessarily have. You can set all this equipment up where you can perform a lot of your mowing tasks in a single pass. The only thing I'm kind of on the fuzzy about, but we probably won't get in this tonight because this is just something I was looking at today, and I haven't had time to mess around with it off camera, and I'd like to test some ideas out off camera before we commit to anything on the live. But here you got your tether, you got your windrow, and see with this setup you could put this on the back of the tractor and have the tether, the mower set up on your tractor, then have that hitch, had the mower in the front or the front and the back, because the mower is also in the set also has option for placing a hitch on that, and then you can put the tether behind it if you needed to do hay, and then behind that you could put the windrower. But of course then that would have make it where I'd have to have multiple windrowers, because I'm partial to the front windrower because it certainly has its preference uses as well. And then from there we got a lot of different options as far as the balers that we can use with this pack. But I kind of have a preference for the fast baler just because of how it does all your baling operations in a single pass. But again, I haven't done a lot of testing with some of this equipment and some of the different configurations that I might be able to work that still give me the same results. So may have to play a little bit with that off camera just to see how that all works out. But I'm pretty sure that the round baler with this pack will not wrap and bale as quickly as this fast baler that I already have. I think that's the fastest baler, single pass baler in the game. It's just that you won't get bales the size of the bales that you would get with some of these square balers that are part of this package here. All right, but again, that's something that we'll have to look at a later point in time. All right, because what we plan on doing in this series, we'll have a lot of time to get into a lot of different things, but you kind of get a decent idea about some of my favorite mods here, what I have installed. Although I have been lately doing some cleanup and my installed mods just to make room for some other newer mods, and just always like to have a little space on my install so I can kind of, when I'm in the mood, install different maps and kind of mess around. Although I haven't been doing a lot of that lately because my gaming backlog is getting really deep right now. Thank you, Microsoft. Thank you, Game Pass. And I do mean that with a little bit of sarcasm, but such is the life of a gamer. But it's a good problem to have if you're into gaming and you're a gamer. All right, so with all that being said, where we're at right now is we just finished off camera a baling contract, and I think we're all caught up with anything and everything that we could do now. Let me turn on the grass filter here to make sure we're not missing anything there on the grass field, because by default the filter for the grass is turned off, because green is a color that's used on maps, and so sometimes the greens can overrun depending on how the map maker has the palette set up on the map view when you're looking at the map, and sometimes the greens blend together, so that's why oftentimes the grass green is turned off by default. As you see here, this is a new crop here, the peas. This crop is exclusive to this particular map. Let's see what do we want to do next here. I'm kind of babbling a little bit here. My apologies for that. All right, so I think I just don't want to make sure I miss any window for anything that I can do concerning my precision farming process. Looks like we're okay, because I'd be highly upset if I make any mistakes, major mistakes live. All right, so let's advance the day. Uh, sleep? Uh-uh. Says sleeping currently not possible, huh? Alright. Well, I don't have anything else to do, so I can't. So, let's do this then. There's always a way to get around certain malfunctions in the game. Let's see if any, while we're messing around, if any contracts pop in. I just want to keep an eye on that. In fact, that's maybe how we want to work it instead of just sleeping through the day. Let's ramp our time up a little bit and see if we have any contracts coming in, and then we'll slow the time down and see if the contracts are anything that I might want to work going forward before we just completely do a speed run all the way through into the next day. All right. Nothing so far, so I'm going to bump up the speed a couple more notches. Let's go as fast as we can go. It's 360, so let's go wide open. Okay, nothing happening. And we're all the way up to late evening. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and break it down. I think it's safe to say that we're not having anything jump out yet, so we're going to go ahead and break it on down to the regular speed, and we should be able to sleep now. And let's see what contracts are available to us in the morning. Also being mindful of what month we're on now. We're on the month of May, first half of May. And if we go to our calendar, first I want to go there to our crop calendar and see what we got going on there. See what kind of planting windows we're in now. We're actually into some different planting windows now. My apologies that I didn't come back here and point this out earlier, because we've already well into the planting windows for some newly available crops that we have for planting. As you can see, we are into the one planting window for corn. We just started the planting window for soybeans. We are well into the planting window for cotton, sorghum, grapes, olives, alfalfa, red beet, carrots, and parsnip. We're outside of the planting window for peas right now. We let that one's, you only got 1 month to do peas. It looks like for the entire year, and that's in April. And as you can also see, just in case you're new to the game and just trying to learn how to read this, the yellowish or orange, depending on your color, I guess it's kind of yellowish orange. But those areas, those are your harvesting windows, and you can see that certain crops you could harvest almost year round, and that being poplar, grass, and oilseed radish. Oilseed radish is kind of like a pass-through crop that's used to uh, make the field more rich for fertilization purposes. It's another way to rotate your crops and achieve different fertilization levels. Okay, but also flipping through this menu, you can see we finally had some new contracts come up, and let's see, we got a baling contract, but it's not a very lucrative one. It's on the field 37 for $8,042, but we got a weeding contract that has a decent payout. Now for that one, since we don't own any weeding equipment, we would have to borrow the equipment for that one. But so I think we'll go ahead and work that one, but I'm going to have to borrow the equipment for that, so we'll go ahead and pick that contract up. So we're gonna hop on over to the shop and grab the equipment that was provided for this contract. Now that would be the cost of this, leasing cost of this equipment will be subtracted from the money that I make from the contract, but I still should make a little bit of money off this contract, enough to make it worthwhile. Let's see, I need to move over to field 37. Let's see, where is 37 at? Uh-oh, wait a minute now. Excuse me, field 22, excuse me. Oh my. So this is gonna take a little while, because that's the largest field on this map and one of the most irregular fields on this map. So we'll give it a go. So in my humble opinion, the payout for that contract should be even more than what it is. But we'll still give it a good team try. Try not to take out any street signs or mailboxes. Alright, next stop is field 22. And that's where we're at. And I just got to figure out where I want to start here, because we got to weed the whole thing. Now my area of concern is I don't know if I have enough. Let's see, weed. If I have a visual indicator to let me to accurately give me a good visual representation of my progress as far as the weeding goes on this field. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see it from the filter screen, thankfully. So it will revert the filter to the fieldstone view, because that's what these yellow dots are here on the brown. Those are all the fieldstone, and it won't update until you like flip off of it and then come back to it. Okay, so that's, I wish it also showed it here, but at least we got it. 1 out of 2 ain't bad, so we're gonna leave him to his own devices, and I'm just let the worker work that out, and then I'll come back and touch up what he gets a little stupid on, if he does, but he will. And I think we will. This little $2,780 weeding contract, I don't even know if that's worth it. Let's see where does field 23. But again, we're trying to grind out everything we can until we can reach our financial objective. 23 is right there by the right there by the shop. So, but we won't make that much money off of that. But we'll go ahead and do that one too. Alright, so we're on site, so we're gonna unfold our weeder. And let's see how this one's looking. Now, for some unusual reason, this one is not showing on the soil composition display, and that's utterly perplexing. So we'll just have to. We have no way of knowing what our progress is on this one other than visually. And that is not going to give us much either. So I don't, this one right here, I'm just going to have to leave that one completely up to the worker. As we're running through the weeder, I don't see anything changing. So I really don't know what the deal is on that one. Let's see if we get any contract progress as we're going through it. Nope. I'm on the right field. Okay, 23. I'm completely confused by this one now. Well, why would you give me a weeding contract on the field if the weeder is not going to work that you provide me? I am confused now. And it's literally not showing any progress, and we're using the equipment provided for the contract. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say about this one. We may have to take a hit on this contract because it's straight broken. And I'm not going to sink cash into a contract that small. Y'all, you can have that one. All right. Now what about this billing deal on 37? All right. That one was just a head scratcher there, guys. All right. So let's see. What is this one? 37. All right. We'll go ahead. All right. Tedding and billing. And I have my own equipment with which to do that. So that's a go. Let's go ahead and get our equipment and work this one out real quickly. So next stop is field 37. Whoa, trying to drive myself into the water there. Alright, so we're doing field 37, so this should be, this is a small field, so this should go rather quickly. So we're off to the races. Alright, we gotta come back and touch up these spots that I'm missing here. Just also trying to determine when will be the best opportunity to do so. We'll wait till we finish the whole thing up, then come back and touch up that rough spots. And as you're going around and you're playing the game, you're doing your work in the yard, just remember there's, at least with games like Farming Simulator, there's no, not particularly, or any right or wrong way to do the work. You just figure out the way that works the best for you, and also keeping in mind that there are multiple ways to perform the same task in a lot of situations. Different pieces of equipment you can use, and so on and so forth. Find out, you know, by actually playing the game and messing around with different equipment, what you like, what equipment you don't. Same thing with, you know, mods and stuff like that. You know, just kind of experiment a little bit sometimes. Like something, you know, as long as you don't make the mistake of saving your game, and make sure you have obviously turned off when you're doing testing, and that way you can um, grab a piece of equipment from the shop, test it out a little bit, and if you don't like it or you don't like the results, um, jump out of the game and then reload from the last save. Alright, one task out the way. Next up we got a Ted, and then we can come back and Winrow and Bale. Alright, so we're gonna have to make a few trips. I was hoping we wouldn't have to make that many just for these little pocket change contracts. Yeah. In fact, I probably should have skipped these and just moved on to the next day and see what popped up there. I'm making a little bit more money faster because this is kind of grindy right here, what we're doing right now. Alright, and after each use, it's a good practice to come back in, do your maintenance. And that way you're always speed on that. And also, I learned the hard way. Also, just keep an eye on your fuel levels so you don't run out of gas as well. Stop and refuel. Don't forget about that. Let's go grab our tether. When windrowing at this point in the process, without, if I had a different setup, I could have the windrower being trailed after the tether. As we get on this end of the field again, this is one of the properties that we do plan on purchasing in the future. This is where the second cow barn is at. As we've been driving by here, as we've been going through different things in the process, you can see the cows are already in this part of in the field there. Definitely be a welcome addition to the property that we own once you get to that point. Okay, let's go ahead and unfold tether before we get started on this. Take a peek at this other worker and see what. Oh yeah, he's already. In fact, he decided he wanted to be friends with a tree, huh? Hey brother, how'd you get up in there like that? Wow. How do you even manage that? Alright, let's see what we're looking at as far as completion progress. Not that great at all. Let's do this manually here. Just kind of help this guy out so we don't continue to run into nonsense like this. Let's read her down. Oops, it was down. What I'm going to have to do here, I think, to help the worker out, is we're going to go around the edges of this entire field so the worker can hopefully see a little better as they're navigating their way around this field. Or what this is commonly referred to as creating a headland around the field so that the worker can have room to work and not get confused or drive off the edges of the field into trees. We're basically going to give him a, a working area where there's a little bit of area of separation between the portions of the field that they can work and the edges of the field. I know there's probably a better way I can explain that, but that's the best I got right now. And I don't have fast farming setup, but I'm sure there's probably a way if I had a fast farming setup where we can do this at a higher rate of speed than the actual rate of speed here. 7 miles an hour is super slow. That's super slow. That's also why in part I wanted to try to automate this part of the process as much as I could. Unfortunately, worker AIs, or poor worker AIs, keeping that idea from coming into full effect. Said this field is the largest field on this map, and it's not only an regularly shaped field, but it's also extremely large. Okay, that's better progress though. Just like I said, slow. It's slow. And I think what we're going to do here, just to kind of break it up a little bit, is what we're doing tonight is clean up just this section of the field. And we'll turn the worker back on and let him work a little bit, and then we'll come back to it again like we did earlier. And we'll pick it back up from there. See if that's lined up properly. Okay, the worker wants to act like a idiot. Alright, so there we go. Let's see how he does with that piece. Alright, we're off. Thankfully, this is a small field, so we won't be tied up working on these tasks for an extremely long period of time. Alright, almost there. Alright, so that's our tetting operation. So we're done with the tetting. Oops. So now we can just about wrap this process up. The next step will be windrow and bail, and then we'd have to come through with the finally come through with the bail trailer and just all the bails off to the sale point. That contract will be complete. I'm going to show you again real quick why partial, very partial to the front windrowing, the front windrowing device. Alright, the next stop is our main farm again, and the cycle is going to be swapping out the equipment. Well, first we're going to do maintenance, then we're going to swap out our equipment. Alright, here we are. Let's get our maintenance done first. Alright, that was great. Alright, so now for the next phase of this setup, we'll grab front windrower. Alright, let's go. once we get out to the field before we get started, we'll check on the worker, see how he's doing. Okay. On site. And the first thing we're going to do is unfold a windrower. Go ahead and lower it. And then we want to get our baler configured. So we're going to unfold the baler. Pick up. We didn't fold it back up, so it's already out. So we'll go ahead and turn the baler on, and let's turn the windrower on, and let's get started. As you can see with this equipment, it does allow us to fast farm, so we can actually move a little faster, and this equipment would normally still get our bills done. And sometimes when the fields are tight like this, it can be a little bit tricky. We still have everything under control. It's just knowing when to do this thing or when to do that thing. Alright, once we got our bills all done, we'll hop back over and check on our worker. Our worker that's doing the weeding. Alright, so here we go. Really interesting to see how many bills we get out of this whole process. I'm thinking 4 bills. Because I have this baler is set to the largest, at least the next to the largest round bills we can make, I think. So this baler could do 4 different sizes of round bills. The way I'm playing this, because I'm on console, and the consoles have a bail limit, and that's why I think it's more prudent to just increase the size of your bill so you're not creating that many bills that need to be on screen at one time. Well, I don't know if the game has issues with bills being on screen at the same time or not. You can have more than 250 bills if they're not on screen. I doubt it works like that. I'm sure it's just whatever the number is, and once you hit that number, no matter where the bills are at, that's your number. So we only got 3 bills out of this whole deal. That's nice. Alright, so let's take a peek at the other guy and see how he's doing. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Uh-oh. Take that back. He's on the wrong field, isn't he? Oh, no. He's still on the right field. Got me confused there. I'm looking at 24. I'm like, I could forget this is still 23. I mean, excuse me, 22. Okay, he missed some bits and pieces here, but he actually did pretty good once I got that edge mapped out for him. Now this whole other larger section over here to your right is going to be interesting because that's a lot. And then you got that little island right there in the middle of it that the workers will have a hard time trying to figure out and navigate. Okay, so he's done. Let's go on and manually touch up what he missed. Right, there's that bit. And then we'll go over here to the side. Clean this mess up. This is a lot of work for a measly 14 grand contract. That's my mistake there. I got you, homie. Let's see, and that should just corner. There we go. I'll let you up and slide over here to the other section of the field and get to painting. I'll do another headland because we had such sounding success with that previously, so that looks like the way to go, just to give workers a little more grace in how they can attack the field. And like I've talked about on previous live stream episodes, it seems like a lot of days I won't have anything going on, no voice or anything, and then I get on here and start doing my live, and now all of a sudden my voice wants to act up, and that's it's doing it again tonight. I don't know why it does that. Some days I can understand it if I didn't do a lot of talking. Um, in real life, outside of playing the game that day. All right. We're gonna paint these edges of this field like it were modern day Picasso. But at the amazing, blazing speed of 7 miles an hour. And it's crazy how large this field is. Now, okay. It'll probably take me another 10-15 minutes just to do the edges of this field. Think about it, it's actually kind of slightly amusing too. Is a lot of episodes in this series we've been working this same field on the lads for some of the contracts that I've been receiving. go. Still blazing along at that 7-mile-an-hour mark. Great Scott, we have a long way to go. I guess now would be a good time to kind of sort of touch on major development in the farming simulator YouTube community this week. Is we had the straw harvest add-on pack. That's a free add-on pack for the game released this week. I have that pack installed, and I will probably get around to doing some things with some of the equipment from that pack. Again, that's another thing I'm going to have to kind of look at and mess around with a little bit off camera, just to feel, first of all, get a feel for how some of the things in that pack work. Watched a few YouTube videos here and there on it, but haven't played with it myself yet. At least not in Farming Simulator 22. I did use one of the balers, Farming Simulator 19, just to do the hay and straw pellets instead of hay and straw bales. If you haven't checked that out, that might be something you want to check out and download from the in-game mod hub, and there are plenty of YouTube videos out there to kind of help you along with how to get familiar with some of the equipment and how the whole thing works. At some point, again, like I'm saying, I haven't decided yet, but I may get into using a little bit of the equipment from it in this series. We'll see how that goes. Alright, kind of deviating from the path there a little bit. Still got quite a ways to go here. It's interesting, like I said. Alright, keep missing some of these edges and these parts of some of these edges. And so the purpose of what we're doing here is I'm trying to around these edges. Alright, how are we doing? We're getting there. Alright, let's see if we can make it. Alright, super close. see what we got here. Turn the AI worker on, and we're going to monitor him a little bit. Alright, let's take a peek, see how we're doing. Okay, he seems to be on track, so let's hop back over to the other setup. And bring this equipment back to the farm. Alright. Alrighty, so that escalated quickly. Now we're just about at the end of tonight's episode. That came up on me rather quickly. As you get closer to wrapping this thing up, and I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, what are you doing? As always, also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't. By the way, let me know. So I can get better and continue to provide the content that you want to see. Jose 831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Be a little tricky getting that in. I'll say, as I also getting back to my spiel, all episodes of this series will be uploaded to my YouTube channel in their entirety, typically uncut. Same thing still applies there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Alright, the final step in this part of the process I'm gonna grab a bale trailer and go fulfill this contract. Let's see where our delivery point was. Livestock bale sale point. All right, here we are. Pick up those bales and deliver them to the livestock bale sale point. And that'll be it for that contract. Operating position. Set. Sure. Alright, set the transporting position. And let's go count our money. Alright, next stop, livestock bale sale point. We'll boogie in because I want to try to wrap this up while we're still on live. So I'm trying to quickly get over to that sale point. To my right, again, you can see the cows on that field, and that cow barn. That additional farm land that we're working on getting the money together to buy. And hopefully we can work some more of this stuff off camera. So when we come back on the next episode of the series, we'll be ready to go. Kind of jump full steam into some of the stuff we want to be doing on this map and in this series. Alright, here we are. While we're here, I'm going to quickly zoom in. This would be a nice screenshot for the series. Let's do that. That, and let's go ahead and sell these bales. Unload bales. Move these bad boys over here. Fill up a little bit. Unload bales here. All right. Contract is finished. And let's go cash that out. Field 37, $8,042 should be our payout. Let's collect. So now we're up to $685,000 and 146 $685,144. All right. Some of that's going down because we have a contract worker that we're paying in real time here. There's he's working the field on that other contract that we have. We can go ahead and take this equipment back to our main farm. That contract is done, and we had a couple of new contracts pop up. Nothing too big. I might probably just skip those. I still don't know what was going on with that contract we had that problem with earlier. I may need to do some additional research on that to see what was going on there. I don't know what, if that was a glitch or just something weird. Sometimes in this game you get that stuff like that. That's it, guys. We have reached the top of the hour. Once again, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. You've been tuned in to another episode of Jose 831 Gaming on Twitch. Conducting live stream, Farming Simulator 22, Platinum Edition, Alma, Missouri map. And look forward to seeing you again on the next episode of the series. As for right now, as we're signing off, I want to say I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.